Alrighty, we've been working on here for a bit. I've been doing some welding. I started TIGging, I was playing with the TIG, but this is just not a fun unit to use. Actually, the unit's fine. Galvanized, because it always wants to pop and blow in, so I was just constantly filling the tip. Figured I'd get some practice, not enjoying it, so we just busted out the MIG welder again. We kind of hit up all our few little spots we had around. The last thing I got to do is just here finish welding all this up. I just want this to be one solid weld, and I'll be pretty happy with that. Don't have to worry about mud cracking or anything like that. Don't know that I'm going to do any mud work just yet anywhere. We'll have to grind a little, but I think this will be good enough that we can lather a bit of paint, at least on the underside of stuff, and then you know, we'll test fit with the fenders and kind of loosely, I think, get our running board aprons or whatever we want to call it, get these things test fit onto the body. Yeah, because I don't want to do body work and have to weld around and things like that. We might make this bolt on. I should do that. It'll be an extension of the fender, but the fender I want to be able to unbolt off the body, so this will have welded with it, but I'll either flush mount some screws or nut, like bolts or something in there that we can kind of stick through the body and bolt it together. I hope. Or we just make this thing with a nice contour that follows the fender, and then we basically bolt it to the fender. I'm almost leaning that way. That might just make more sense, honestly. That way this thing will become just a permanent part of the box. When you take the box off, this comes with it. It's kind of my plan. So anyways, like I said, I'm going to finish welding that up, and then we're going to come over to the front, I guess, for now, because my needle scaler hasn't come in yet. We'll set the back on jacks. We'll bring the front up, pull the wheels off, check what the brakes are doing, and well, maybe we'll replace the brakes, do whatever we got to do there, and I don't know. We'll see where we go from there. I think the bumper I might actually play with a little bit, because it was on, but because of the sheet metal, and it was just on a little crooked, so we might have to do a little bit of finessing here, bring it back up, refit the bumper, just so we can get that all kind of situated right, and then hopefully by tomorrow or so, we'll actually have that needle scaler that I can kind of hit this, and we can get some paint underneath the whole chassis. Would be super nice, but if not, we'll figure out something else to work on. So we finished welding everything up, and then we ground everything. Well, everything that I know. I'm sure I'm missing stuff. Like I still have to do up in the front. Not too worried about the inside of the box, but we'll give it a quick little burn. I took our little laser dealio, and we went over all the galvanized, and what I did is I went like into the nooks, because I can shoot into there, because I'm really worried I'm not going to get any, I'll have a hard time, well, sanding, and part of me's just lazy. This, you can feel it, so I'm feeling it should be able to basically blow it off, and a feller should be able to work on it. I'm hoping this kind of burned the galvanized off. Kind of seemed like it, because it did its thing, and then when I came over it didn't do anything anymore, so feels rough, and everything feels rough. So I feel when the time comes I can put some paint on it, and it should be, you know, paint, a little bit of mud, we'll kind of give it a quick skoof. Maybe what I'll do, I'll come back and we're gonna just start working. We'll pull the front wheels and check our brake situation. I know I ordered new calipers because this thing's been sitting so long, didn't want to deal with it, so I got new pads, new calipers, new hoses. We'll put that stuff on, but I won't do the hoses till after I painted everything. Kind of my plan. Then we can probably just run some brake lines, and then I guess in the big picture I'll probably have to get my donor motor, and then we'll clean it up, get it in there too, and then we can figure out stuff under the hood, what we're all doing there. We do have that motor in there, but that motor was never intended to be used. It's just a mock-up motor and transmission. They're complete hot garbage. They're not, I don't think they'll ever get used. I do have headers because I did make some, so that's why we're just going with a simple small block for this thing. Somewhere they are. They're up there. I built custom headers for this thing when I did the truck way back. So, and the design to them, they're almost like a fender well. They were gonna go push over so the exhaust can scoot underneath there. So we're still doing that. Anyways, I'm gonna go grab some supper, and then we'll be back at her again. Well, let's have a look. You can see it pulled this off. Some of the paint's still on there. I still got to get that scaler, but I didn't feel like doing anything, so I kind of just pulled out the zapper and we zapped underneath here. We still got to touch up some spots, but at least we kind of prepped it up as good as we can here for a bit of paint. Should have touched this all up, but I guess I'll do it when the motor's out and I can like needle scale that thing. Anyways, we kind of blew the rust out. You can see there's still another coat. I'm just trying to take it pretty light. So I think I have about an hour, which kind of did a rough cleaning underneath here. You can see the light tone of brown, so I didn't want to go crazy hot on it and burn the paint up top, because, well, it gets pretty warm. But like here, these rotors are fine. Like there's nothing wrong with them. They were just rusty, so it was really nice just to take that coat off. I guess you could have done it with a wire brush, but I think this is actually like less messy than a wire brush. But anyways, we blasted all that. The rotors feel like they got a lot of meat. I haven't measured them, but they all look good. The front bags, I'm surprised. I ordered some, but those ones, they're holding really well and they don't look bad or nothing. I might run them only because they don't leak. But I don't know, we'll see when I get my other fittings. Because all we did is I made a little cup down on the bottom. It holds it there, this little tab on top, and then the line, oh, where's the line? The line actually goes through the frame. So I don't know if I actually hoofed the line a couple times, but I'm going to replace it all when we go. Anyways, we can basically, well, I'll probably take the rotors off yet, just so I can at least clean the backside. Maybe I can do it from here when I take the rotors off. All right, folks, been about a day. We've been doing some other things around here. I haven't touched anything on here. I was going to do the brakes, but I think I lost the pins and I have to order some, so we won't worry about that for now. I do know in the back I was working on, well, I talked about before, I was going to do these new pads on there. So we dug into the bin, because when we did Austin's car, I bought a 4-bar kit and it actually came with these mounts. So I like these. They're just a little tall. I was pretty sure I had these mocked up where I had my bag mounts before was, what do you call it? It sat as low as I could get them, just for like maximum squish on the ground, I guess. Anyways, we might trim these a little bit just to get them to the height where I had it, everything sitting inside of there. But I forgot I was going to do that. So we're basically going to cut this stuff off. We'll reset up the bag mounts. Maybe I'll play with a little bit with compressor location, where I want to put those and possibly the air tank. Although I probably should put the box back on for that. Maybe we'll do that, so we can try to get some stuff stuffed into place. What else? What else we got going on? I think that's it, really. So you see in the corner we have the International in as well. I have this one in because I'm having some problems towing. She just doesn't have all the power there. I know a while back the timing slipped a little bit on it. Actually quite a while ago, but I'm wondering if it moved some more yet. Just checking fuel pressure and stuff to make sure there's nothing weird going on there. But yeah, basically brought it back in. We are thinking of actually taking this thing down to the Lone Star Roundup this year. So yeah, you'll probably see it there. You'll probably see it hovering around in here. She just needs some touch-ups. This thing's got a lot of battle wounds from work, salt, you name it. So we'll probably freshen up a few things, touch up a little bit of paint here and there. Back here, just this fender needs to get a little bit of work. She's showing some, I think I backed into something once or brushed something up, but hey, when you use them, they just start to go to crap, I guess. I don't know. She's doing pretty good considering. Anyways, yeah. So expect to see that in the background for a little while. Anyways, I guess we'll get started cutting some mounts off. Well, I got my forklift this far. Then I was realizing my brakes seemed like they were sticky, and then I realized my cable was broken, but I'm trying to solder the end back on. But I've had a few failed attempts. I guess I don't have any, what do you call that? the cleaner. I think I have some good solder. I tried brazing it, that broke. I tried, I'm just looking for whatever you stick on there to clean it. I don't have any of that. So I pretty much have to run and get some of that. So hopefully I can just solder that and then that works. What happens is you have a safety when you push your pedal down and then it releases the brake. So it's not doing that. And it's kind of stuck. So I guess till I go get some of that flux, is that right? I can't remember what the stuff's called. We're gonna work on the, we'll just pull these pads off for now, and then we'll mock up our bags. I think my parts are coming in today anyway, so I'll run to the parts store and get some flux or whatever it is for that thing, so I can fix that. We can get the bed back on, but for now I guess we'll at least cut these things off, clean it up, and we can test fit. Well, my new bags I think are in, so we can probably test fit them in there, make sure everything's all hunky-dory, and then we'll move on. Maybe I won't cut the pads. We'll see how it sits. If it sits still flush with the front, then maybe we'll just leave it. It's not a big deal. If not, we're going to trim back this, you know, like a 1/4 inch or something like that. Well, what did we do? We cut these brackets off. We have these. I test fit it. I wasn't too sure about how I was liking that. Like the bags just weren't sitting right. So I think way back, who knows, I didn't square something up or do whatever. So anyways, I chopped out the old mounts gonna make some new ones. I just don't have any steel plate to do the mounting, and plus my bags never showed up, so I've been walking up with these ones, which is fine because they're the size of bag that I plan to use in here. But I'm gonna have to pick up some steel tube pipe. The only thing I could do right now is just build my lower mounts, recut these so that I can get ready. So when I have the tube, I can just cut the little sliver, get it in there. These I'm gonna just leave because you can see how much spacing I had on here, and I can probably shorten this up a little bit depending how the bag fits in here. I want to make sure it sits pretty square at ride height. I don't want the bag all oblonged and stuff like that. That's what it was happening, is when it was aired out, the bag was like squishing all weird. So I'm hoping to avoid that. Yes, there's not much else we can do there. I guess I'm gonna try to have a look. I was gonna put my box on. Got my forklift fixed now, but I think well, you know what? As long as anything I do here stays under this and out of my way of my drive shaft, I should be okay as far as compressor goes and the air tank. Right, Pop? Provided my air tank can actually fit in the space provided, we shouldn't be too bad. Let's have a peek-see. I almost think this thing's too big, but we could mount it under the cab actually. Oh yeah. Let's totally do that. Let's just go. My air management stuff is not that fancy. It's just 1/4 inch into it. I might use one of the bigger lines. I think my tanks can almost go, compressors can go in on the one side. Yeah. I don't know. I guess I could just bolt that up into the frame underneath there. That won't hurt nothing. And then we can kind of either double stack our compressors on one side. I like to do my compressors on one side and then I can funnel them into the cab. That way, well, in my head on the dusty roads, at least it'll grab some clean air inside the cab instead of the filters all gumming up. Yeah, let's do that. Let's build a mount quick. We're gonna mount both of our compressors here. That way we can piggyback to the tank, which I can mount nicely inside the frame rail. Oh yeah, that'll work fine. Other than, like I say, I'm not sure. I guess these valves go up. I think that was, no, it was made to go down. It was like a drain. I don't know if I need these. We'll check my fittings and we'll see where we go from here. I think my compressor lines fit in the end, but and then we got to get a whole lot of plugs for everything. But let's see. Let's grab one of these. Oh yeah, they're small. Yeah, we're good. Cool. All right. Well, let's cut those. Let's measure those things up. We're gonna make a double mount because I think it'd be pretty good if I did these. What do you think, Pop? Should we put them up here? Under the bed. Look at that. See, the bed floor sits right on top of that thing, so I think if we come off of here, we go stickety stack to a cross. We can replumb these filters in the cab. Yeah, I think we're good. Off to the plasma table we go. All right, we got these. We made these mounts not without error. My first one sucked, so I don't know what to do with those, but anyways, what we did is, oh, how can you see here? We'll get some light. So we made like some simple tank mount. This, you can slide it in and out so we can get access to it. We don't need to get access to a lot of stuff. Essentially, this is going to run into the air management. On this side, we'll have for tank pressure, because that thing has that. And then we still are able to get access to our drain and things like that here. The front side, I don't need any of the valves, so they're all going to be plugged. We made a simple mount up here. We ended up, forgot to put holes in there. I punched some holes because we're going to have to do something for possibly fuel lines or something like that. So we'll figure that out as we go. But this is all done. We'll be able to screw down all of our motors and stuff, or our pumps. So these will go here. Like I said, I'll probably take these off, route them into the cab. What else we got? We still got a zap under here, but I did get my needle scaler, but I don't think I'm gonna touch it right now. I think we have most everything set up here. Like I said before, these plates are gonna work. We cut out the pockets and stuff. I didn't like that before. So that part's all hacked. My bags aren't until Monday. So my rear ones, I mean, I can mock with these ones. I still don't have to. I gotta wait till the next week till the stores are open anyways, that I can get some. I'm trying to find a piece of 5-inch pipe. If I can't find, I guess I'll make something, which will suck. I would rather not do that. So not a problem though. So I think that puts us to a little bit of progress. I don't know. We got some stuff done. I didn't get to tackle the front brakes. I have to order some parts. I think what I want to do maybe next round here is get that junky motor out. We'll probably pop the hood off, get the motor out. We're gonna start needle scaling this thing. I'd like to get the engine bay cleaned up, and that way I can at least, I don't know, get the chassis painted would be super nice. That'd be my goal. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe we'll grab out my donor motor and stuff like that. We're getting close. There's not a crazy amount. Well, there's still a crazy amount. That top is going to be something interesting, and what I have for the tonneau cover is going to be another big one. But I think we got to try to get some goals where we can hopefully maybe get the brakes to work, get a motor in. I don't know. That shouldn't take too long. Anyways, folks, I think that's where we're going to leave this one. As always, I want to thank you all for watching, and we will catch you on the next one. Later.